inheritance is important to a lot of people, especially when it's a lot of money, and just maybe deciding on your future or not. So, it can make a lot of people do some interesting things, and let's see what happens here with the starting with the IMDb plot. A billionaire on the eve of his 75th birthday, getting up there, invites his estranged children back home out of fear that tonight someone or something is going to kill him. He puts each of their inheritances on the line to make sure they'll help. So, yeah, again, you know, if it's important to you, you may want to go the extra mile. If not, whatever. Everybody's going to fight for money one way or the other. So, yeah, The Inheritance, a new movie, now out in limited theaters, I believe, and on demand. So we'll get that out there to you. I'll try to remember to include a link down below to give you guys some extra information when I post this. With that, I'll also say that this is a screener. I received this as a screener, so I'll let you guys know that. And obviously, since it's a new movie, I will try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible. And this one does have some twists and turns in it, so I will try to keep those as hidden as possible so you guys can fully enjoy this movie without me ruining too much of it for you. With that said, we'll talk a little bit about what's going on here. Fairly gets right to it. As you see, these family members, the children who are not really children now, they're older, much older, return to this nice big old mansion, and not really sure why they're there. They obviously, not only are they estranged from the father, they've also, maybe not all of them have gotten along or are the best of friends, family members, getting along there, brothers and sisters and so forth. Not the closest bunch there is. But, as they get reunited, we're going to get, to learn a little bit about them, and that's kind of how we open here. There's a set of twins, even though, they don't really look like each other, brother and sister twins, and then two others, and, or was it three others? I don't remember. Can't keep track of how many people there were there. Oh, no, it's because one of them brings his girlfriend or soon-to-be wife. I don't remember if they got married or they're just together. So one of them actually brings a sibling, spouse or a girlfriend. So that's kind of the numbers there. And she's also, she's not supposed to be there. It was supposed to be a family-only kind of event thing, but she's there regardless. So they get there, they get reacquainted with the father. You get to see a little bit of the house, but not too much until, later on. But the father, is going to explain what is happening here. Because obviously, to them it's something weird that everybody's under the same roof again, and they haven't done this in a while. So he basically explains that someone is going to kill him. It's definitely a strange and odd situation here, that somebody's going to try to kill him, and he's picked his family here to trust them to keep him safe over the night. Really odd. I mean, he is a billionaire. You see, as things go, as like his team, I guess he has a staff or whatever, which isn't there. He just has one trusted guy who leaves and basically locks them in behind. The doors are sealed pretty well. You see this complete lockdown. You would have thought that, he would be able to hire a security team or, come up with a better group of people to protect him besides his family, who hasn't seen him in a long time and probably wouldn't even, some of them might not even really truly care if he died or not. they are probably already looking forward to that inheritance. Um, but it is weird. So that's kind of the setup there. Obviously, as the father then goes about his business and kind of goes in his office, um, and his family here is just kind of left behind. They kind of wonder the same thing. It's like, why them? What are they protecting themselves? What are they protecting him from? And that kind of thing. And they're also again getting reacquainted. You kind of see them, you know, who likes who has issues with who, and obviously that kind of thing going on as well. So, are they going to work together? Are they not? That's going to be an issue as well. And I don't want to go too much further into it because, like I said, there are twists and turns in this movie. So I don't give too much away. I will say, as I tell you guys often, um, I think I at least figured out some of what this movie was what was happening here pretty early. I'm not to say I'm a rocket scientist with that or not, but I was pretty happy that I was not fooled or didn't just sit there and watch and then go, oh, okay. Then once it's revealed, yeah, so that was what was happening. No, I was like, no, I think I kind of know where this is going. Um, Obviously, there was a little bit, more detail to it, whatever. But yeah, I think I figured out an important piece of what was happening here early on. So just for my own self, I'll give myself a pat on the back. And I think some of you horror fans out there will kind of piece together this situation, and we've kind of seen this kind of set up before, kind of bringing a family back together, and then fighting amongst themselves, and then maybe some other weird stuff thrown in there, or some other things happening, depending on the storyline. So we've kind of seen this kind of similar kind of setup before. It is just where the ultimate direction goes, which is kind of makes it maybe a little bit different, or is the main punch here of the film. So definitely be aware that some twists and turns are coming, and it will continue till the end. Um, with that, I fear to say too much. I will say there is some darkness to the film. A lot of blood and guts. Not really. This isn't a huge blood and guts film. People will die, but it's not really in that blood and guts huge kind of way. You know that I love that, but it's not really in that kind of situation here. There's a little bit of blood, but it's not slasher, big slasher kind of blood and guts movie here. So there are some dark moments. I'll say that. One of my favorite scenes, and what I thought was really good and really well done. And I'll try to be as vague as possible, let you guys, when you guys see it, you guys know what I'm talking about. But I guess when one character kind of comes into a room, and I guess there's some, I'll just say, artwork, and something then proceeds to happen after that. I enjoyed that scene. There's another interesting scene with a room where they go, and there's a bunch of like knighted kind of statues, and they make pretty decent work of that scene as well. Yeah, I'm being kind of vague, but again, like I'm trying to keep everything as hidden as possible from you guys. Obviously, if you guys may have seen, the trailer, which, yes, Promote Horror Push out. Yes, many of the clips that we put here on the Promote Horror YouTube page. So yeah, maybe I've already ruined the movie for you in that respect, or maybe you already kind of know what's happening here. If you've seen any of that, you may be aware of where this movie is going already. But if you're completely blind, and those are who I'm trying to appease here, to this movie, those are kind of some really good scenes. At I like I said, obviously some people are going to die. So that means some of these family members are going to die. Um, I thought what the outcome of where it ended was kind of interesting. A good final ending, like I said. The twist will kind of keep rolling once. It's one kind of twist is going to unveil, and then another, and then there's probably going to be two or three by the time it all ends, and the final moments there's a big one there. So kind of puts a good thing. So I think from story wise, beginning to end, it was pretty good. Like I said, we've kind of seen the setup before, but what they actually end up doing, whatever. I don't think it's a huge shock. It's not like huge twist that no one would have ever thought of before. But still, it made for a good watch, and it kind of, what is it? Almost kind of like Ready or Not. I know that was more really about a lot of killing in that one, and that was probably a little bit more for me than this one, because of the killing and all that. I'm just kind of thinking of movies where kind of families came together, and then just it all went downhill. You're Next. Again, that was more about killings or whatever, and this one is like I said, people are gonna die, but it's different. It's not in a slasher way. And there was another movie I saw, was it Humane, recently, where a family came together in another odd circumstance thing about people dying and so forth, and that family ended up going at it as well. So we've kind of seen families come together in not good ways. Family you think is going to be with you, but maybe not. So yeah, so it has some darkness to it, and some definitely good scenes there. I'm not gonna say jump scare. I don't think I was jump scared at all in this movie, but definitely a darkness to it, creepiness to it. They put together some, the scenes I mentioned were really good, and I thought, I liked the twist, even though I kind of, gathered what was going to happen, and I think you guys will kind of gathered what is going to happen here. I don't think that's so fairly obvious that it ruins everything. You're just like, well, I know everything now, and this movie sucks because I know everything. I think there's still enough there, and like I said, there's going to be still, even if you kind of, once you know what's going on, and that, there's going to be enough for you coming that will hopefully keep you appeased. So with that, I think I'm going to give this 3 pools of blood. I liked it. I liked what they did there. I liked. Well, I don't want to say that because I think that's also spoiling it. So, I really go out of my way to be as spoiler free as possible, and sometimes that really limits what really to say. But I think if you're, I think you guys enjoy this one enough. I don't know that, it's not going to blow anybody away, but I think this is an enjoyable movie in itself, and especially if you like to see families, and then families kind of go at it and kind of go downhill. This might be a movie for you. So with that, again, 3 pools of blood, and that is out of 5. And with that, Horrors Reviews.blogspot.com is where you can find all of my reviews, written and video. Obviously, if you're just interested in the video reviews, you're here already. You can like and subscribe and do everything else that everybody wants to do here on YouTube. If not, no worries. It is truly okay, but I thank you for your time as usual. And any time you spent here or watching the shorts, or even at Promote Horror, I appreciate it. So Twitter, Facebook, information down below. You can follow me there as well. Reach out to me, talk horror, talk about this movie, other movies, something you want me to review, feel free. And in the comment section as well. Once you guys kind of see this movie, your thoughts, feel free to throw them down there. Did you like it? Did you, kind of figure out the twist early or later on, or what was happening? Feel free to put that in. Try to keep it maybe spoiler free-ish for others, but whatever. It's there for you guys. So with that, I guess I'll catch you on the next review, horror fans.